All systems go. Clear for liftoff.
What's going on? Sean Sullivan, Jason Turner, Little Neck, Nate D. Hey, thanks for helping my job. Hit the like right when you come in. Helps us out a ton. Juice in here as well. I'm with my man Gyiraszin. He's already looking down, laughing. I'm going to throw it to him right away, but I first have to say congrats to Gyiraszin. Took second yesterday in FanDuel. One of the tournaments had a couple good teams up top. It's one of those bittersweet ones. We talked a little bit about it yesterday. Like, you remember when it goes bad. Don't always remember when it goes good. I think you'll remember about this for a little while, Gyiraszin. Good day, could have been better. Talk to the people. And then what were you laughing about staring at your crotch down there?
Dude, I got my daughter's kitten, and it's like downstairs, and it's got its toy down here, and it keeps putting it under my feet. And then it like digs at my feet, and it's like, what the fuck is happening down here? You know, like this crazy ass cat is like messing with me. But anyway, so yeah, yesterday I had the Yankees, we were on it. We talked about it. You know, Scherzer's just been just shitty against the lefties. The Yankees come out the gate, hit some bomb. Jazz hit a homer. So, I mean, they come out, started out great. And then I had it backed up with the Rockies. That was my favorite stack. Actually, I had three teams. All three had Rockies. I had, I think, the Yankees and then a mixture. And then I had a Giant one. And the Giants did pretty well. But in that Grand Slam yesterday, Title, literally with 2 out, it was like ninth inning, last game, Dodgers last game. I'm sitting in first, second, and sixth, and I'm sitting in like fourth place in the 20 grand one, right? Like, and I'm thinking, all right, I just need to get through this. And I knew one guy had Will Smith, so I'm like, Will Smith, I just got to avoid him. Well, no. Ohtani's got to hit a home run against Duran, who's literally not the Minnesota closer, who's like money. He's a he's like 70% ground ball pitcher, doesn't ever give the ball up in the air. And Ohtani hits him oppo for a homer and knocks me down to like second, sixth. And I was just, all the Dodger stacks caught me because at the end, but you know what? It was a good time. But that's why Hoop goes to bed. Because he just wakes up. He wouldn't have a damn clue that you had your nuts jerked like you're at a kid bar. Like, I'd rather go to the strip bar and give him a bunch of money and get my nuts jerked than having, that kind of shit happen to me. That's just one of them days I was like, come on, man. The whole night I was at bowling looking at it like, dude. I mean, I was close to being in first at like 11 o'clock with the 20 grand, like the 20K. I was like, and I only played 3 teams. So I was like, man, this is a great night. I'm going to crush it tonight. And then it's just slowly but surely. It's like golf DFS when you're renting on fucking Saturday and then you come in on Sunday and it's just. But either way, it's a good time. I'm not complaining. I've been rolling pretty good the last like the week coming on to the All-Star break. I did great during the golf that week and coming out the gate, been doing pretty well so far. So, hey, you're getting them streaks in DFS, but it's good times, man. Good times.
Yeah, sometimes it feels like you're seeing the ball perfect and you can't miss. Seems like that's where you're at right now. Sometimes it's the complete opposite. It feels like every little pitch is a little pea coming in. You can't see it for shit. And, yeah, you get on a little losing streak. But everyone goes through those swings regardless of the ways. We always preach bankroll management. You need money to be able to either make money back, continue to make money, stay around. I mean, yeah, you can't blow it all in DFS. You need bankroll management on top of whatever you need for real life. So good stuff to you, Gyiraszin. Keep it up.
Yeah, I'm in the Grand Slam. Usually 3 teams. I might put them all in a few other little things, But, I didn't get in the monster today. It was staring at me. 200 people, 333 bucks, 20K for first. I'm thinking, why not? And then I thought, stay in your lane, man. Stay in your lane. So I got in the $100 single entry, which I do a lot of times too. So, but yeah, I didn't throw in. This fucking cat got my foot again. This is like a skid out of a dang TV show. Got some cat down here getting my feet when I'm trying to talk. So, but either way,
That's
it was
smart.
a fun night.
NFL's right around the corner. I mean, if you're an NBA guy, you got to know what your sports are, what your expertise is, what you're best at. Like, now's the last time you want to do I mean, you never want to blow your bankroll, but the last time you want to do it is right now, ahead of, I mean, the best at NFL. It's just, there's billions and millions of people, it feels like, that are always playing it. Contests are so big. People are making constant mistakes. Obviously, it's really hard to ship, and there's a million tournaments out there, but I think it's a lot softer than MLB is, especially.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, see, like right now, Title, you've been around, and anybody else around. We're getting to the time of the season where it's the same dudes playing every night. Yeah. Like you're hardly seeing too many outsiders. NFL, you could look back at your tournaments, and it may be a lot of the bigger names you see, but it's not the same. Like it's such a wider range, and I think the NFL too. You can play two ways more feasibly in the NFL by playing cash type games too, and then playing some tournaments, because there are so many more fish and donkeys that are playing NFL that don't even know how to build teams. And if you kind of get to know who some of the players are, you study the boards, you get to understand. Cash games are a whole nother, that's your specialty, and I know, but NFL cash games are way easier than baseball. Baseball cash games are the same damn 8 people in the lobbies, and back in the day it used to be more fun, but it ain't like that anymore. But yeah, NFL, that's where you can splurge a little bit more. But I think baseball and stuff like that, you got to live to fight another day, man. It's like poker, you're playing in a big tournament. Just because you win a hand don't mean you got to bet it all in next hand. I mean, you're not going to last. So that's the way I look at it, Title. But I think that's a very important lesson to learn if you want to play. I've been playing DFS since 2012. So whatever, 13 damn years. And I've learned that I've done it, all the stupid shit you can imagine in DFS, even falling asleep with $5,000 and forget to put my team in. I've done dumb shit. So, but, we all learn our lessons along the way. But I think that was the hardest lesson for me to learn, is to stay in your damn lane.
I like it. Absolutely. Yeah. It's very easy coming off a winning night to put that in the 333. You make $1,800 or whatever. Oh, what's 333? Well, that can add up a lot faster if you're playing double, triple than what you usually play. If you go on a losing streak, that's how you give back all your winnings. So stay in your lane, stick with what you're doing. It's working. I think that's a good message for all people out there, whether you're doing really well right now, whether you're in a little rough patch. I also like what Little Neck said. Then we're going to jump into this slate. But yeah, like, are you a small field player? Are you a cash player? Are you a large field player? Like, what is your goal? How do you build lineups best? Because you should be building lineups differently in everything I just said. In the 121, 300 people contest versus a 20-man cash game versus the lotto that's 15,000 people or whatever. Teams should be built differently in every single one of them. What do you think you're best at? Shout out to Sabersim Contest Flashback. Allows you to see a lot of that stuff easier in all sports. And you're wondering, how do I get Contest Flashback? Well, shout out to Sabersim, the best optimizer out there. We have our NFL early bird special going on right now. $350, $349 to be exact. For NFL coming up, for college football, no additional charge. Comes right with the NFL package. You get a mystery bonus coming on August 6th. Be on the lookout for that. Very fun, exciting things ahead. So be on the lookout. A chance to parlay a lot more money into what you're paying for the NFL package. Also get a DFS Mastermind course. And top of all that, you get access to the best Discord around. As you see with other sites, not everyone offers an optimizer with their package. Some of the optimizers aren't Sabersim, which is by far the best one. And we come out to be the cheapest by a good bit. Again, looking at other stuff in the industry. So we would love to have you. Projections, ownership, showdown content, slate plans, stack rankings. We're going to be on shows constantly. Many of you know the drill. But if you have any questions, you can ask. You can email info@shipitnation.com. We would love to have you this week. What is – so who you second? I don't know who that is in chat, but hey, congrats. You've been, or someone's been close. Ravenation. Ravenation. What am I talking about? Ravenation. Whoever that is, good luck to you. Loving the thumbnail. Kids in here. Cam the man, I'm doing well. I hope you're doing well as well. Jake's in here. NY. I think I said hi to everybody. Chris as well. Let's talk some pitching, Gyiraszin. Only 5 games on the slate. No weather to worry about. The only weather I'm seeing is yellow, Chicago, and Tampa. I'm seeing yellow most of the time. That is good to play. Only 5 games. No weather. I also like to see it, though. No run total shown on Sabersim below 4. No run total above 5.4. Both in this game right here. The lowest on the slate, the White Sox. The highest, the Rays. But just looking at like broad slate, if this is the case, I mean, I think I can spread out bats and pretty much play half of the teams and 5-man stack them and feel fine about it. When we go to pitching, just sort my projection. Like, it looks like we can get a decent amount of viable pitchers on the slate. I do think it's clear. Luzardo, SP1, projects 2 points higher than the next best. And looking at pricing, only 8.5K. Fried will be contrarian because he gets a tough matchup against Toronto as the highest priced pitcher at 9.8K. The best real-life pitcher to go on the board, though. After Luzardo, I think it's pretty clear we're going to get Taj Bradley, only 7K, a complete misprice. Projected the second highest on the slate at 16, only $7,000. Luzardo, Taj Bradley, that's your chalk pitching right there. I'm just going to have you take it all the way. Can we get off the chalk? Do you like both Luzardo and Bradley? We'll talk later, like with bats. If you play them together, what should you avoid? What should you not? But who can we start Xing out? Who do you like? Can we get off some of this chalk?
Yeah, pitching sucks today. I mean, let's be real. I mean, when I'm sitting there thinking about Patrick damn Corbin again, might as well start drinking. So, yeah, I mean, you look at Max Fried up at the top. I'm a little concerned. He's had a blister issue going on. So, I mean, that's another concern. So I'm really, I need to see it a minute. If that blisters are some bitch for pitchers to heal through. I mean, it's only been 11 days since he pitched on the 12th last. So, I mean, it hasn't even been 2 weeks. I don't know about you, but I could see if I had a blister that long, I could see it, potentially opening up on me. So that's definitely a huge concern for him. But I mean, if he was good, I mean, Blue Jays aren't the best strikeout matchup. So, I mean, definitely have a little bit of concern there. Luzardo, like you mentioned, I mean, his strikeout percentage, 27% against the Red Sox here. I mean, he's as you mentioned, it's going to be Bradley and Luzardo, I think, are going to be really chalky on both sides. So, and probably rightfully so for what we see. So, but if we want to talk about anything else, you got Bassett, who's at a 22% K rate. He did have a really good game against the Yankees last time, actually. But I think he had 9 Ks against, if I'm not mistaken. The last time he went out against the Spanks, nine Ks against the Spankies on July the 3rd. But, I mean, he's just generally not been good against the, lefties. I'm just a little bit concerned about that matchup. I don't really like it at all. But, I mean, he is a pivot. Bradley, I mean, obviously against the White Sox, you're going to see. I just don't believe in Bradley. I just, man, he's just 18% strikeout pitcher. I don't know, man. I just don't like it. I mean, especially knowing at the ownership he's going to be at. So if you're going to ask me who of the two I would fade, of the two popular guys, it would definitely be Not Luzardo, but Bradley. So I don't know. Bradley's not doing it for me. I mean, truthfully, I'd rather play Patrick Corbin, to be honest, than Bradley. I mean, you look at Corbin, it does scare you a little bit to think about Corbin, but I mean, this guy just hasn't been getting blown up at all. I mean, you just look at his game log. He hasn't given up 4 runs he did give up 5 against Baltimore, but I mean, pretty much almost every one of his starts, 1 run, 2 runs, 3 runs, 0 runs. I mean, we know he's got some strikeout ability. I mean, he can get us maybe 5-6 Ks. So, and the bottom of that A's lineup is definitely something that we would want to pick on. So I don't mind that at all. I mean, you sit there and think about, I mean, I'm talking about the Yeah, the A's lineup here. I'm losing my train of thought because I was thinking about Patrick or Corbin, the Sears on the other end. But I mean, you look at the strikeout percentage, which what I was trying to find here at the bottom of this A's lineup. I mean, if they got some of these minor leaguers that are in there, Kurtz is at almost 37%. Wilson and Rooker are pretty tough to strike out. Langoliers is a little bit below average, but pretty much everybody else is definitely attackable. So Patrick Corbin for me, I think is my favorite pivot. Sassoni for me, I worry about. He's just not really good against lefties. I think Baltimore's got enough good lefties that is going to scare me off Sassoni, even though Sassoni's got the pitch count, he, you know, what you want, but man, I just really worry about that matchup there. Eflin, man, I can't do Eflin. Sears, I think, is interesting too. I mean, you got two in that game, you got two fly ball pitchers that aren't going to really strike too many guys out. But I think that in a slate like today can help you get the job done. I'm not going to play Cannon, but I mean, it's pretty clear, really. And I think Luzardo and Bradley are going to be pretty heavily owned. My favorite pivot, like I said, would be Corbin. You could look at Giolito too. I think Giolito's been really good, but man, I hate that matchup against the Phillies. Just really hate it. But Giolito has been pretty good with the K matchups. I mean, I know you probably got the K props up in front of us. I'm going to guess he's probably got the second or third highest K prop on the slate. So, you know, I mean, I think it's there. It's just really risky. I mean, it does have more upside in some of the other plays, but I think for like 7,500, I would much rather play Corbin than pay the 7K for Bradley. And we know the White Sox have been hitting the shit out of the ball recent times. So I don't love the Bradley, man. I think I'll let you know what? In honor of our boy DJ, we're going to call that some freaking donkey chalk today. I think that's some donkey chalk.
I like it, Gyiraszin. Awesome breakdown. I'm in agreement with a lot of stuff. Like, I do not like Max Fried really at all. Like, he's got like the 6th or 7th highest K prop on the board, and he's 9.8K, the highest price. Tough matchup. You mentioned the blister. I'll cross him off. I mean, Luzardo, I think, is good chalk. We're talking K props, 6.5 Luzardo, minus 145 on the over, the highest on the slate by a decent bit. The next highest is 5.5. Chris Bassett, minus 110 on the over. Then we are looking at your guy Taj Bradley, 5.5 minus 135 on the under. And then the only K props at juice on the over at 4.5. Corbin, pretty much a pick 'em, minus 115. And then we are looking at Sessioni at minus 165. He's 4.5 juice on the over there. So how I look at it, I think Luzardo's a smash. Giolito, I'm in the same boat. Like, I would keep him just because it's a 5-game slate. And he's been solid as of late, but I do not like the matchup against Philly. What I do like, though, is he's priced next to Luzardo. He's priced in between the Bradley. And I even think Chris Bassett is higher owned. So he's like the pivot of the pivot. So he'd be in my pool. I don't love him much. You don't have to worry about ownership in terms of bats, though, when you play him. And most of my Giolito teams would play Luzardo. Bassett has upside. I mean, but man, we're talking about not liking to pick on the Phillies. I don't want to pick on the Yankees, really, which kind of brings me to why my second favorite and third favorite pitcher is Sessioni and Corbin. I'd much rather pick on the A's. I'd much rather pick on Baltimore than I would the Yankees and then I would the Phillies. I mean, Corbin, yeah, he's been surprisingly very fine, solid this year. 4.5 minus 115 on the over. He gets me 5 Ks in 6 innings, 2 earned runs. I'm taking that performance and I'm running on this slate. I think it's very much in play. And then we go to Sessioni. I mean, 4.5 minus 160 or minus 145. Excuse me, 4.5 K prop minus 165 on the over. No pitch count concerns. There are going to be a handful of lefties, like you said, in that O's lineup. But I mean, it's a 5-game slate. Like, none of these teams have a run total below 4. The worst teams, the White Sox, they've been hitting. Bradley's chalk. I want to get away from that chalk. I feel best with Sessioni and Corbin. Really no strong leans. I think I would keep all 7 of these pitchers in my pool. I definitely want a lot of Luzardo, 55% minimum. I'll jam something like that. I want a decent amount of Corbin, want a decent amount of Sessioni. I want to cap Bradley. I think I'd run it something like this, and from there, see what Sabersim's thinking. Any thoughts? Any final additions, anything you want to say in pitching before we talk bats?
No, I mean, I just don't love anything. And I think, when I'm in a situation like today, I don't think there's anything that's going to blow up, there's no really 12K performance on the board. I don't think title. I don't think anybody's going to put up a number where you got to be like, you got to have them 100%. I think today you could literally, you might see in the top 10 today, you might see, a handful of different pitchers mixed up. I don't think there's really anybody that's above and beyond anybody else. So to me, you take Fried off the board, your next highest pitcher, Luzardo, is basically 8,500. So, I mean, you're going to be able to get whatever bats you want. And I don't really love any bats today either. I mean, nothing really, stands out like where it's going to be overly chalky. I think the chalkiest thing of the whole slate is definitely these two pitchers today.
For sure.
So I don't think there's any stack that's as chalky as these pitchers. So, if you do want to go that way, just know I think the bats are still going to be spread out. So I don't think you need to really, if you want to play that, go ahead. I don't think you need to get overly crazy at pitcher today. I mean, don't kill yourself off the bat because you say, I'm not playing either a Bradley or Luzardo because they're going to be chalky today, and I'm going to try to get risky and play Bassett and Corbin. I mean, I say you should lock one of those two in. I'd probably rather play Luzardo and then maybe mix in like a Corbin and a Giolito if you wanted to do, something like that. But I don't think you need to, there's so many, I think offenses are going to be spread out enough to where I think you don't need to be too worried about, being too chalky at pitcher today is what I'm thinking.
No, I agree with you. I wouldn't make any rules at pitching. I'd be fine if I was getting Luzardo, Bradley teams. I would look at them. I would make sure Sabersim's doing its thing, getting me different in some other spot or something. But I would cap Bradley and I would force Luzardo or like want to get overweight. But if I had a lineup with neither of those two, like I would go with it as well. I could see it being Bassett, Corbin, Sessione, Corbin. We're talking like Sears. Who is it? Ricky talked about Sears' last two starts against Texas. Good pitching park there for him as well. At the end of the day, too, 16 might be enough at pitching if we're talking one of these lower price guys. Like it gets you no pitcher scores above 18 except one. You need that one in Luzardo, and then 16, 15 at 7,400 is enough down low. So that wouldn't surprise me at all. We just went through it, Don. The 7 pitchers that we had in the pool. Them, like we talked, Luzardo was the favorites. We like Corbin, Sessione. So we're talking all GPP on this show right here. All right, we'll talk some offenses. Again, like button, subscribe button. Helps us out a ton. Yep, let's get in the first game. Baltimore Orioles and the Cleveland Guardians. Trying to refresh this to see what the total is. We are looking at 8.5 minus 131 favorites are the Guardians. So the run totals in this game, 8.5, or on this slate, 8.5, 8.5, 8.5, 9, 8.5. Again, everything pretty much looks very similar. No run total below 5 or below 4, excuse me. No run total above 5.5. Looking at this first game, I actually think we see the O's come in one of the highest owned. And the reason for that is no one is priced above 4,500 for the O's. Like Gunnar is going to be one of the chalkiest hitters on the slate probably because he's 4,500 at shortstop in the heart of the order with the platoon advantage. Jackson Holliday's leading off. He should see a good amount of ownership. 1Z position, platoon advantage, good price tag. Like, again, you don't have to pay for any of these guys. I don't think people really go to the bottom of the order on any of these teams, really. So I think the best thing on this slate, especially if you are eating chalk at pitching, mix in some of these bottom of the order guys on whatever team you are stacking. Again, pricing is so soft today because 8,500 is pretty much SP1. You're going to be able to jam a lot of stuff. Don't be scared to leave money on the table. Don't be afraid to get to the bottom of the order to get different in chalkier stuff. In terms of this one, though, I don't love the O's much, and I think they get ownership. I like Sessione more. I actually think the Guardians are pretty interesting. Then I look at the hitter rankings, though, and man, it is garbage. But I don't think Zach Eflin's any good.
Well, I agree with you with the Orioles being pretty chalky. I mean, everybody's going to look at Sassoni, and I mean, you peel back some of these numbers. I mean, you can even look throughout the year and even the last 30 days. I mean, he gets barreled up quite. I mean, it's alarming. 17%, 18% barrel up in the last 30 days, and it's 17% overall in the year. 348 WOBA. Fly ball percentage is 32.5. I mean, he is Kane a little bit more on the left side than he is the right sides, but still, I mean, you look at some of these guys here that the Orioles are going to be rolling out. Holiday, 333 WOBA. Gunnar Henderson, as you mentioned, will be really popular. I think Ryan O'Hearn will be popular too, but Laureano's got a 400 WOBA against righties. So, I mean, there are some strikeouts in that lineup, yes, but I think it's got as much upside as for him to get 7 or 8 Ks as it does for the Orioles to hit 3 bombs today. So, I mean, I think you could look at it at both sides of the fence. We got a 5-game slate. So don't be afraid either of maybe one team you play Sassoni and maybe you play a couple Baltimore teams. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to that at all. But I mean, I do like the Baltimore side of it. Now, Baltimore overall can't seem to hit their way out of a paper bag, it seems like, here in recent times. So, I mean, that's just a little bit concerning overall as well. But, you know, I don't know. I mean, Baltimore is literally the 3rd worst team in the last 2 weeks in OPS in all of baseball. I mean, so I just don't like generally latching on to teams that suck. I mean, my Tigers are dead damn last in OPS. That's why they can't win any stinking games.
I thought they were the best team in baseball.
They are, but it's baseball. You go through stretches. That's what happens. I mean, it's just the way it is. They're still 17 games over 500. I mean, just get.
Are they still they're the best?
They're the best team in the American League. That's for dang sure. But they just need to. They're not. I don't think they're better than the Dodgers. I mean, they're not.
What about the Brewers?
They're better than the Brewers.
All right, you and Nate's got to have a long conversation about
they're
that.
They're better just because the Brewers. I mean,
I remember you saying Detroit was the best because they had the best record in baseball 4 months ago.
They did for a little while, but hey, they're going through a little stretch. It's okay. I mean, we understand even as DFS players, you get kicked in the nuts for a little while sometimes, but you come bouncing back. As long as you don't get hurt where you can't play anymore, you keep coming back, right? It's the same damn thing. As long as we don't lose Scoople, we're good.
Yeah, you got him for another year.
His arm falls off, well, then it's time to mail it in. And when does football start? Let's start talking best ball. I mean, that's basically where I'd be at as far as.
What about this?
What about what? My bet's better than both come season's end. Nah. Nah, I mean, that offense is pretty good. That pitching over there is a little suspect. But, I mean, in pitching wins. Man, them Cubs are good, too. Like, I mean, how good is Matt Boyd for them? Like, damn.
Yeah, Matthew Boyd was great.
I mean, that was one of the guys I actually had yesterday. But either way, I mean, then too, let's get back to that game. I mean, you look at the Baltimore and that Cleveland game. I don't know. You could look on Eflin. You could look at Eflin. I mean, he's coming back off the IL. I mean, you could get some bullpen game there. I mean, they got some cheap bats if you want to look at. You know, Manzardo, Naylor, Shieldman. You know, Jose Ramirez. You'll pay up a little bit for. He's a decent bat. But I don't know. I just don't love it. I mean, you're going to see a lot of that bullpen. Baltimore bullpen isn't that good, though. They are like the 6th worst bullpen in baseball. So if you want to do that, I mean, you could look at that if you want to throw that in there. Is Baltimore being a reason why? I mean, literally, we're picking through some thin pickings here today. Nothing stands out offensive-wise. So, you know, we're going to have to talk it through here and see what we like. But picking on a top 10 bad bullpen is a good idea. So, I mean, that kind of does bump up the Orioles a little bit for me just because of that, and then how bad in that barrel rate Sassoni has against lefties.
Yeah, I think Jose Ramirez is one of the best plays on the slate. Again, part of that has to do with, like, this 6K price tag almost is irrelevant. Like, we're going to see a lot of people play an Aaron Judge today at 6,500 just because they naturally have the money. You can plug in the chalk, 2 highest projected pitchers, 8.5, 7K, play Aaron Judge, you're still left with a bunch. So why not play Jose Ramirez at a 1Z position? Both Eflin and Sassioni, like, they don't they're strike throwers. They don't walk too many guys, but they also don't strike out too many guys as well. Middle of the pack to lower, but they're strike throwers. So the balls will be in play on both sides. Stuff can happen in baseball when the balls are in play. At the end of the day, I think O's probably over-owned the top of the order. If I played them, I would want to mix in a Tyler O'Neill, a Mullins, some power down below that's going to be low-owned. Guardians, I don't know. I don't love it as a 5-man stack. I do think Jose is one of the most elite plays on the slate, though. More of a one-off mini stack stuff for the Guardians, I think. But at the end of the day, I'd be more inclined to like take out Sears, take out Giolito maybe. Already took out Fried and play like 5 pitchers, and then just play a lot more offenses than pitchers today. I think it's a lot harder for bats personally, but we'll still keep it going. The next game on the slate, Phillies, Red Sox, 8.5 total in this one as well. -158 favorites are the Phillies. I'm playing Luzardo, number 1 in the pitcher rankings. If the Red Sox beat me, they beat me. You'll get direct leverage and a lot of it. It's a short slate. I don't think you're crazy to do it. I just don't love it myself. When offense is going to be spread out enough on this slate and they're all going to be relatively low owned, I don't need to just play the lowest owned and get all the leverage. I'm more likely to do that on a slate that's probably there's like 3 teams getting all the ownership for bats and then all the other teams look the same. Then I'll look for the more leverage, but I don't love it on this slate. Phillies against Giolito, Schwarber, Harper. I think those 2 very elite, and that shows in the hitter rankings. Stacking them, though, I'll leave that up to you. What do you think? Hey, first I want to say shout out to our guy, Philly Fandom. Almost took down the 121. Awesome stuff, Philly. No home runs. Wow. Good stuff. What are we doing in this one?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, part of me wants to pick on Giolito here, like with some of these lefties, like the Schwarbers and the Harpers, even though Harper drives me nuts, but Marsh, Kepler, I think there could be something there. I mean, he does have a higher K percentage, Giolito, up to 25% of the year and 18% to the right side, but his last 30 days, he's down to like 13.5%. His fly ball percentages are up to the right side. 34% it's up a little bit in the last 30 days too, to the left side. I mean, he's getting barreled up to an 11% rate by lefties, which is concerning. So, I mean, you kind of look under the hood a little bit at Giolito, and you without seeing some of the other numbers and looking at his game log, it's like it doesn't really match up to what you're looking at. So, I mean, there could be some regression coming from Giolito. I think the Phillies are a team that could get it done. I call them kind of my sneaky stack, I think, today. I mean, they got power. They got what you want. I don't like them as much as I did the Yankees yesterday because Scherzer, we need to mark that one down in the rememories up here. Scherzer sucks against lefties. If we can find some teams with some good lefties against Max Scherzer, and they're not being owned, like, I think that's a spot we can keep exploiting. So, but either way, Giolito, I think you can definitely pick on him here, but you could play him as well. I think it's like Sassoni. I think it's the same kind of thing. But the other way, I'm not going to pick on Luzardo, even though you could get some pretty good leverage if you wanted to go that route. I mean, his last 30 days, he has been down to his K percentage to the left side. So he's kind of, 15% to the left side, 32% to the right side. But overall in the season, I mean, he's still up there pretty high. He's at 39%. But his last 30 days been a little bit different. But, I mean, there's some Ks to be had at the top of this Red Sox lineup. I mean, Refsnyder 27, Duran 28, Gonzalez 24, Story 27, Mayers 36, and then you got the other guys hovering between 17 and 20%. So, I'll just be out on the Red Sox. I would want to maybe try to find a little bit of leverage, but if we're going to pick on any of the two, I think I'd rather pick on Taj Bradley. So if you want to look for some leverage at all in the slate, because those will be the 2 chalkier pieces. So if I'm going to pick on one, I think I'll pick on Bradley.
Rank the Phillies, Guardians, and O's in terms of 5-man stacks for me.
Phillies, Guardians. I'd go Orioles probably 1. probably Phillies, Guardians. I don't know. It's hard to play the Guardians, but yeah, I like the Orioles the best.
I'm probably.
I think it's so tight, though. I mean, even
It
the
is.
unders on the whole series, everything is tight today. That's why I think you don't really concerned about playing chalky pitchers, because literally I think we're in the same boat all the way across the board, I think, in stacks today.
Yeah, we are. And that's why I said I think you can 5-man pretty much any of them. It's a good 5-game slate because ownership's going to be so spread out and so many teams look the same. It's not a Coors Field. It's not a Dodgers implied for 6 runs. Every team looks like a jumbled mess. I had the Red Sox last for sure. I think at ownership, I'd rather go Phillies and Guardians than the O's, just hoping, again, I think they're going to be, I don't necessarily, should say I believe this ownership as much.
It's hard to like the O's too, because like I was saying, man, they're the third worst team in hit, in the last 2 weeks too. Like, it's just hard for me to want to stack a team like that,
I also don't I don't think I don't love too many of these spots to score 10 plus. I truly would not be surprised if no team scored more than 7 on a slate like today. I'm still going to be stacking, of course, 5-2-1s, 5-3s, all that, but it's tough. It is definitely tough. It's more of an MME slate, 20 max. So if you usually play $60 in single entries, I would play $60 in MME today more so. But that's just me. Again, know your strength. But it's tough. I would go Phillies, Guardians, O's if having to stack. 5-man stack, I guess. But no confidence. What about the Yankees and the Blue Jays? Max Fried, Chris Bassett on the mound. This is the highest. Oh, no, excuse me. This is also 8.5 total. -143 favorites are the Yankees. Yeah, the Blue Jays don't strike out, but at the end of the day, Max Fried, we don't love the K upside, the price and all that. He's still a good pitcher. How concerned are you with the blister, though? Are you going to play any Blue Jays? I don't love it. Yankees, one of my favorite stacks on the slate, just because of all the upside they have. And, they can score 5 runs like they did yesterday, but it's 3 homers, and they all just knew. Ben Rice, Bellinger, Jazz, they all scored phenomenal, but they only scored 5 runs. That's the power this team has to break a slate. So Yankees are definitely one of my favorites, guaranteed 9th inning at bats. Both pitchers grade out fine, though, in the pitcher rankings. You like either side?
Yeah, you just made me think about, when you said the Yankees only had 5 runs, but they got the job done. That's like kind of riding a bike. If you get, the little thing with the little ratchet, and you're riding the bike and you're spinning forever. That's what the Blue Jays, that's like the Royals. They might score 10 runs, but they got to pedal twice as hard to get there. And then you got some asshole that's got one of them e-bikes that's like the Yankees, and they just fly through. So that's why I don't like playing teams like the Royals. It drives me crazy. But man, I was on them Yankees yesterday. I mean, they're just, like you said, you get a couple homers, he starts walking dudes, gives up a 2-3 run homer to Jazz, then he goes up another one. And Judge didn't do shit yesterday. Jerk. He could have helped me out one damn day. He could have hit a home run for me. But either way, but I do like the Yankees. I mean, you look at Bassett. He did have a great game against them here, what I said, July 3rd or whatever it is. But, I mean, the Yankees smashed the shit out of righty. You look at some of these Wobas. Grisham, 406. Judge, 477. Jazz, 400. Stanton, 391. Dominguez, 348. I mean, the top 6 of this lineup could definitely get the job done. Bassett's strikeout percentage has been is only at 20% to lefty so far this year, but it's down at 13% so far the last 30 days. So his WOBA is at 507 the last 30 days. It's at 373 overall for the whole season against lefties. I mean, I think maybe people get scared off because they might think, oh, Bassett lit them up last time for 9 runs. They didn't do shit. But you know what? It's baseball. Teams go through stretches. Yankees just had a pretty good game yesterday. I mean, I think the Yankees truly should probably be the chalkier team on the slate, but they're not. So I think I'd be a little heavier on the Yankees today than any other team. But I do like the Yankees today. I think it's a really good spot today for them.
I do think they will be one of the chalkiest. The reason for that, I think Aaron Judge is one of the chalkiest bats on the slate. Again, I said it for the Jose Ramirez thing, but if you're playing Luzardo, Bradley, the 2 chalk pitching, you have all the money in the world. And if you want to play the Yankees, The leadoff hitter is only 4.1K. The cleanup hitter is only 4K with dual position eligibility. Like, go to any of these teams. If you want to stack the Phillies, let's see, they're expensive. 1, 2, 3 is expensive, 5K and above. After that, it's completely free, though. If you want to play the O's, we talked about it, no one above 4.5K. The Guardians, one bat above 4.5, the rest 4.5 or under. Like, you just can't spend your money. You can spend your money for sure. Just know if you're playing Bradley, Suarez, and you're 5-manning the Yankees and it's mainly the top of the order, like, you got to get different somewhere. And again, that's why I'm saying with a lot of these stacks, I almost want to force some of the bottom of the order guys, even though it's an uncomfy click. But especially if you're eating chalk pitching, if you're not playing any of Bradley, Luzardo, care less what you're doing. If you're playing Luzardo and then like Sessione and you think that's different enough and you can play all the chalk after, I would be a little hesitant on that. I think if you're fading Luzardo and you're playing Bradley as the chalk pitcher, you can play a Corbin or whoever else, and then you can eat more chalk that way. I would just be a little conscious if I'm playing Luzardo in Yankee stacks, in one-offs. Like, Judge is going to be played everywhere just because his projection, salary doesn't matter. I do like Judge. In 5-man stacks, he'd more than likely be in it, but I would be fine skipping it as well. Like Grisham, Bellinger, Rice, Jazz, Dominguez, or Volpe, or whatever it is there. Then you one-off Jose Ramirez at third base. You just completely got different in Yankee stacks, switching your spend up. So little things like that is how I'd focus on a 5-gamer. I do like the Yankees. If I was playing 20 teams, I'd play some Bassett teams. I'd play some Yankees teams. They just have the ability to do a lot of damage via the long ball on a slate where maybe no more than 7 runs are scored from any team. If that's the case and the Yankees score 5, 6, I think they have the chance to break it, again, due to the individual power they have. I don't love the Blue Jays. One of my least favorite stacks. I honestly prefer Phillies, Guardians, and the O's over the Blue Jays. That's how I got it. We got 2 games left on the slates, Tampa Bay Rays and the Chicago White Sox. So actually that Yankees total went down to 8 with juice on the over when I was talking. This one is the only 9 total on the slate, juice on the under. Big boy favorites are the Rays, though, at -224. So you don't like Bradley. Are you playing some of these White Sox for direct leverage? And then the Rays, yeah, I mean, they're my favorite stack. Picking on a bad starting pitcher and an awful bullpen and good hitting weather, that's something I'm interested in doing. They're going to be owned. Yeah, as you can see, I don't think I believe, I guess, this is much, like, compared to these other teams. I don't think they're going to be 3x owned as the O's or stuff. But, like, I don't think the bottom of the order is this highly owned. I think we're a little hot on the Rays. Long story short, though, they are going to be owned. They're also not very expensive on a slate that doesn't matter. But, yeah, Rays, White Sox, what are we doing?
Yeah, the thing with the Rays is, obviously we know they steal bases, Calabrero, Simpson, they'll steal bags. But, I mean, the 2 guys I like Aranda and Caminero. I mean, you could throw Diaz in there too. I mean, Cannon's been pretty bad. I mean, he's just not striking anybody out. He's in the middle teens, 13, 15% here recent times. His WOBA's up really against lefties pretty high. I mean, he's a mid-level ground ball pitcher when he's good. So, I mean, the guys that get the ball up in the air here for the Rays are Aranda, 31%. He gets it up there. Caminero, he's at 23%. But, I mean, Simpson, 7%. Diaz, 16%. Lau Magnum, 18, 14. I think the Rays are going to be more owned, and I can poke more holes in the Rays than I can like the Orioles. So if that makes sense. So to me, I'd rather, like, if you want to talk to me about, to me so far it'd be the Yankees, the Orioles, and Rays, what I would like. But I think I would put the Yankees first, then the Orioles, and then I'd put the Rays. So, I mean, I think the Rays are going to grade out pretty well. Obviously, it's the White Sox. I thought the Rays might be one of the chalkier stacks more so than the Yankees today. So, yeah, I mean, I just don't like it, to be honest with you. I just don't. I mean, when then you want to go to the White Sox, I mean, that's obviously tough here because, Bradley, I mean, he is going to be chalky. You're sitting there looking at some of these White Sox. The White Sox can get the ball up in the air because, I mean, Bradley is a mid-level ground ball pitcher. He's at 55% to the left side. He's 41% to the right side. But you look at some of the fly ball percentage. Tauchman 28%, Benintendi 34.5%, Vargas 34.5%. I don't know, Kyle Teal 35, Robert 27, Sosa 29. So I mean, they can get the ball up in the air. They've been hitting well. I just don't like Bradley either. Like I said, I could poke holes in it. I think I just maybe use some White Sox as a mini stack if you wanted to. I mean, you would get some good leverage even with a mini stack. To go all 5, I think, you would need the White Sox to probably outscore everybody by a couple runs here today, which, you know what, very well could happen. But I just, I don't know. I think I would more mini the White Sox, maybe use somebody like, a Vargas, a Benintendi, if you wanted to go that route, maybe a Tauchman. But yeah, I don't know. I just don't like Bradley. I'd leave it alone. I mean, Bradley's been chalky. It seems like the last 2 or 3 times he's been out, and I just don't feel like he's getting the job done, and I'm not going there.
Yeah, I don't love the 5-man White Sox much either, but I do like I'll follow the hitter rankings. I like Tauchman as a one-off, Benintendi, Vargas. 2 of them are outfield, one's first base. I throw Kyle Teal in there. Like if I'm looking in Sabersim at a Kyle Teal team as a one-off, or part of my mini stack that made things work, sure, I won't complain. The bottom 3, like, I don't think I can click there. Definitely not in a hand build. But this top of the order, and like, they don't strike out as much as some people think. And again, I guess the K-prop kind of reflects that. Juice on the under at 5.5 for Bradley. But yeah, White Sox been hitting it a bit. Good hitting weather against a chalk pitcher. Vargas, Benintendi, Tauchman, maybe some Teal, one-offs, mini stacks. I'm with you right there. I mean, Bradley, like in cash, it's clearly Taj Bradley. In tournaments, I prefer Sessione. But if you told me, like, if you showed me a lineup, like a 5-man A's lineup, I would say Bradley over Sessione in that team because I wouldn't care about ownership at the end of the day. So Bradley in a vacuum. Sessione, though, I prefer for the discount and on most teams if they're somewhat chalky. What's up, Michael? Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, the Royals. There you go. Royals are owning Gyiraszin today. Glad he didn't get in that 3-3-3.
Hey,
would not.
Now, if you read the slate plan, which I did early today, I actually had the Royals ranked number 2. I did, but it was a small slate. We've talked about it. They're playable in small slates. But Pasquini, he hit 2 homers. That's a blind squirrel. How many times are Royals players going to hit 2 homers in a game? Not very often. But I did really like Salvador Perez today. I thought about betting on him to hit a home run. He hit a home run his first at bat, and I was like, shit, should have bet on that. But, the Royals, you just look at those teams. If you played them every day, man, you're going to be you might as well take your money and just throw it out the window, title. Just throw it up in the air. Just throw it. But I don't like playing. It's just no thanks, man.
Yeah, I get it. All right. Can we make a case for any of these Rangers or Athletics, JP Sears, Patrick Corbin on the mound? 8.5 total, -142 favorites. Are the Rangers? We talked about Corbin, grades out well in the pitcher rankings as well. But at the end of the day, like, give me Nick Kurtz. I don't care about lefty. Give me Brent Rooker. Like, I'm totally fine playing these 2 in the heart of the order. Lawrence Butler hit a missile against DeGrom to lead off the game yesterday, making plays in the outfield too. Probably no 5-man. I don't love the park. I assume the roof's closed. I prefer like the Rays. I prefer Phillies, Guardians. Well, Guardians isn't great either. But I assume the roof will be closed. Bad bullpen for the A's. Rangers definitely my preferred side. Seager, I think he's starting to get hot. 4.9K, one of my favorite bats. Cheap leadoff hitter. Michael Hellman, 2,500. Like, he's going to be probably decently owned. I think I would like the Rangers, and if Hellman is that high owned, just not really playing him. Again, ownership or price doesn't really matter on this slate because of pitching. Max Fried's the only one above 8.5K, and he's not really going to be highly owned. So he can easily go. I like the bottom of the order too. Jonah Heim for a catcher. Langford. Jung's got pop third base. Rangers are up there for me. A lot of that has to do with that awful bullpen for the A's. I'm not playing the A's. Are you playing any of the A's?
No, I'm not going to really go. I actually like Corbin a little bit more today than I should, actually. It's kind of scary. But as far as these Rangers go. I'll put them in my top 3 today, actually, the Rangers. And the reason being is Sears, I mean, he's pretty much fly ball pitcher. Even in the last 30 days, even more so. He's up in the 43, 44% rate of both sides of the plate, fly balls. Overall in the season, 37, 38%. His K percentage is down a little bit more so to the right side, 18% to 26%. He's getting barreled up close to 9% on both sides. So, I mean, we got a fly ball pitcher, right? And then I look over here at some of these fly ball rates for the Rangers, and, they're all pretty good. I mean, Hellman, that's a pretty cheap bat here tonight. He's up there, 50%. I know we don't have too many numbers, but Seager, 34%, Semien, 30%, Adolis Garcia, 30%, Langford, 31.5%. Even Josh Smith, 28%. The only one who really don't hit it in the air is Duran. And then you got Jung, 25, Heim, 21. So, I mean, they're going to get the ball up in the air. And then you mentioned that shitty bullpen. Even though we get 5-6 innings and Sears only gives up 3 runs, we could see 5. We could get 5 to a touchdown at the end of the game against that shit bullpen. I mean, that Rangers team can flip it over. The lineup's pretty good. So I definitely don't mind that. So, I mean, the Rangers been in the last couple of weeks a little bit above average, hitting in the last couple of weeks. I mean, they're up there, 13th in OPS in the last 2 weeks. So I don't mind that at all. So been hitting the ball. But, yeah, I think the Rangers, for me, grade up pretty well. I mean, Sears, like I said, all the fly balls. You got a bunch of fly ball hitters against a fly ball pitcher. So, I mean, bad bullpen behind it. I mean, we're looking for reasons to like something. I mean, give me the Rangers. I think the Rangers are in a pretty good spot.
I'm in agreement with you. I want to correct the A's order. It just came out recently. Should have it updated. Actually, every lineup except the Rays is out. Hopefully we get that pretty soon. Then we will not have, you can do whatever you want with your night. NBA DFS, I'm indifferent to it nowadays. I've made plenty of cheese. I love the NBA. Being around your computer for 3 hours past lock is not one of my favorite things to do in life. That's why I do love MLB DFS, though. We get this Rays lineup any minute. 10 minutes from now, all projections in. It doesn't mean there's no chance. Like, we've seen a couple scratches. Thomas S yesterday for the Cardinals. Doesn't mean just throw your phone in the lake or turn it completely
like
off.
A week ago.
Yeah, so yeah, exactly. It doesn't not happen, but it's pretty rare. And when someone gets scratched, you get the lineup right away. Pretty easy to make adjustments if you need be. NBA can be a grind, but the A's lineup, back to it. There is no Lawrence Butler. He's out of the lineup. Jacob Wilson slides on to the 1 spot. Rooker 2, Kurtz 3, Shea Langoliers 4, Duhar 5, Kobe Thomas, Min Price. He's in the 6 hole. Urshela 7, Austin Wins 8, Luis Urias 9. Still not really much interest I have in the team. Again, I think Kurtz, Rooker, solid one-offs. And if you need a complete stone cold punt, not sure you need it on this slate. In the 6 spot, Kobe Thomas, I think you can do worse. That's all I got. Gyiraszin, 5 games. Any final thoughts you want? Appreciate everyone hanging out. Smash that like, as Philly said. We would appreciate that a lot. Like button, subscribe button. Helps us out a ton. Yeah, Rooker in the 2 hole. Yes, he is. Gyiraszin, any final thoughts?
Yeah, we got an early slate today. The latest game's 8:05. Sometimes when you're sweating that shit out like I was last night, and them Dodger games are going till 2 o'clock in the damn morning Eastern time, it makes it a little fun when you wake up in the morning the next day. But a little early one today, starts at 6:40. So make sure you guys are checking all that out. But, hey, I got to get out of here so I can finish up that slate plan so we can dial us up, stay hot, get us some winners. And we'll be back tomorrow too, right? We get to have some fun tomorrow too.
Only a 4-game slate tomorrow, but you and I will be here, Gyiraszin. We'll be talking some baseball, really the only sport in town. I say that, but actually PGA locks tomorrow, big boy contest. MMA this week, NASCAR as well. Again, we'd love to have you at the Nation. We do have weekly, monthly, annual options if you want to check any of that out. Right now, though, we believe the best deal. NFL right around the corner, $349 for the NFL package. Doesn't just get you NFL, though. Get you Sabersim, the best optimizer out there. Gets you college football content, awesome college football team we have. Again, that's completely free. Usually you got to pay an additional price per sport at other spots. You also, if you sign up until NFL season to kick off, you get all access. So you get MMA, you get baseball content, you get NASCAR, etc., and then a mystery bonus coming out August 6th with a chance to parlay some of that. Well, you're paying some money in the NFL content. It's by far less than most other spots in the industry. Pay less for contests, more for content, but you'll have a chance to maybe make more than you'll even pay for that contest. Stay on the lookout. August 6th, we will have an announcement on what that may be. Thank you, everybody, for the awesome words, the kind words. We appreciate everyone hanging out like always. You guys make the show go by. I mean, you make the show even happen. If no one was watching us, we wouldn't be here doing it. We love talking baseball and what we do. It's time to get on out of here, though. Enjoy the 5-game slate. Hit the like, hit the subscribe on the way out. Get your golf teams in for tomorrow morning. Gyiraszin and I will be back tomorrow. Be safe. Good luck. For Gyiraszin, I'm Titletown. Peace.